So, the whole idea of something being subjective is that there can be a statement that comes from a single person's beliefs. It's informed by their perspective and their worldview, and it concerns value judgments rather than measurable, quantifiable things. The problem is that these are all objective claims. Any appeal to someone's subjectivity is an appeal to the states of affairs in the world, according to which they may have emotions or other things affect their judgments. These are all appeals to facts. So what about objectivity? Surely objectivity is a useful concept. No, objectivity is just subjectivity zoomed out. The only difference between the bird's eye view or the God's eye view we imagine filling in with science and the apparently limited perspective of one person is the amount of information perceived. It's a difference of degree, not kind. It's for this reason that I kindly ask you never to use either of these words again. Most of the time, it's only a rhetorical distraction anyway. People either try to argue that their opinions or ideas adjacent to their opinions are good because they're objective, whatever that means, or that their opinions are only subjective, thereby safely placing them in a magical realm immune to all criticism. All ideas exist in the world. All ideas interact with the world. And all ideas must be grappled with together and not separately. If we look at these two statements, one of them is subjective and one of them is objective, right? No. Grapes being good can't be separated from the sensory and neurological apparatus of the person ascertaining grape goodness. Such a statement is really an interlocking network of objective facts. This is a picture of three grapes is just a far simpler idea, where you only have to measure one thing instead of millions, which is the only reason it appears more concrete. But a grape detractor, not to be confused with the great attractor, might want to say, buddy, you can switch the value statement around and have it still be true for some people. But if you switch the measurement statement around, it becomes false. So that proves there's a difference. No, it doesn't. The only reason it's okay to switch the value statement around is because you're imagining a different subjective opinion, informed by different neurology and different standards shaped by different states of affairs in the world. If you're allowed to mess around with the situation to that degree, then why can't I consult a different number of grapes and change the measurement statement accordingly? In either case, it's only okay to switch the statements around and have them still be true if the facts of the world change in kind, so that subjective and objective statements are all of a piece and they are equally tethered to a relationship to reality. You might insist that there is still a difference here between an observer and an observed. And fine, but I don't see why the observer should be sanctioned off into the land of opinion and only the observed is concerned with facts. The only real difference is that these facts are easier to see because they're a little simpler. Not that the harder to see facts of the interlocking network of experiences and sense information that informs our values aren't there at all. So, Video Game Donkey was wrong that one time.
But that doesn't mean you throw objectivity out the window.
Subjectivity and objectivity together should be defenestrated, at least in my opinion.